DMR. And while we have a little break in the action, let's play a revisit to what transpired opening night. The men's DMR. Virginia Tech, Pitt, Duke, North Carolina, Georgia Tech, Boston College, Clemson, Louisville, and Florida State all entered. So what are we looking for? Early stages, break down the DMR.
Sean, in the sport, this is a beloved event. I tried to think of the right adjective over time. That's probably as good a word. Great deal of team pride involved. Why? Because it takes maybe in most all cases, the best 400-meter runner on your team, the best 800-meter runner, somebody who can run a great 3/4 of a mile or 1,200 meters to use the metric parlance, and a great anchor person to go 1,600 meters, which is exactly within a step or two of the mile. But there's a lot of pride in this. If you go to the Penn Relays, the greatest relay carnival in the world, this is a feature race and everybody gets pumped to watch the DMRs. It's called Distance Medley Relay. And in this meet, this is just an outstanding event with a lot of team pride. This is Pitt taking out the lead right here, followed by Virginia Tech. They've broken away already. Pitt not known for a great DMR team, known for other events, but nonetheless they are running very well here in the opening. But that's why this has glamour and is usually run very early on in indoor championships, including the NCAA. You must qualify on a fast time to get into this by running other DMRs earlier in the season.
So with 3 laps to go on this opening leg, it is Evan Addison of Pittsburgh, the junior, with the lead. Chased down by Tyler Leeser of Virginia Tech. Duke with junior Joe Colin, the Blue Devils, sitting a distant third. Pitt continuing to lead. Evan Addison for the Panthers.
They're running right on a 4-minute mile pace, so they're close to 3 minutes at this pace for the 1,200-meter leg that always opens a distance medley relay.
And of course, what's missing from the list of teams, it's not your typical Notre Dame unit. In fact, the Fighting Irish with this DMR.
Outstanding, good point. Yared Naguse, the absolutely sensational NCAA champion at 1,500 meters and indoor mile champion last year. His Notre Dame group is not running in this. They are holding that distance team out. 2:58.9 for the first 1,200 meters. This is the 400-meter leg. So Notre Dame's great athletes are absent from this year's DMR because they're focusing on running at the NCAA cross-country championships in about 10 days.
The Notre Dame quartet of Jacobs, Cheatham, Bowles, and Naguse set the ACC record last year in winning the distance medley relay, but not even fielding a team as those guys get ready for the cross-country championships. Patrick Forrest, the 400-meter specialist, closing the gap for Virginia Tech.
Right, it was. This is Matt Wilson running the 400-meter leg for Pitt. Evan Addison ran his opening leg in sub 3 minutes.
An explosive 46.64 from Forrest gets Virginia back in it. David Whitfield.
If you love to root for the underdog, Pitt is absolutely that in this race. They are running extraordinarily well. They've had a fine performances this year in this, but I'm surprised that they're leading the Virginia Tech Hokies here.
Josh Higgins trying to maintain the lead for the Panthers.
Now on the 800-meter leg. This is the 3rd leg, and he'll pass. The anchor for Pitt will be sophomore Jack Miller, and Ben Nibelink, who has run under 4 minutes, just a sophomore, will be anchoring for Virginia Tech. Look how far clear of everybody they are. They are just running excellently here in the DMR. 151 for Virginia Tech on that 800-meter leg was David Whitfield.
These two teams have blown everybody out of the pack. Nobody even in the distance. Virginia Tech, Pitt, and now a move being made by Whitfield on the outside, and Virginia Tech for the first time snatches the lead.
I'm struck how Josh Higgins is still holding close here.
Benjamin Nibelink will try to bring it home for the Hokies. Here comes Jack Miller. The baton exchange, anchor leg of the men's DMR.
This is Alex Miley in third place, the senior from Duke. He's got them in third right now, their team. And the rest of the field is strung out behind. He's actually closed down quite a bit on this first lap. Miley's probably picked up 5 or 6 strides already. That is Nibelink in the lead. Jack Miller, the sophomore, just stalking him.
Take us through the strategies of these anchor legs, especially in the distance medley relay. Just a little bit ago, Jack Miller thought he was going to be given the baton in the lead. Now he's in the number 2 spot. Does it change anything with how you approach it?
I personally don't know exactly what Jack Miller's all-time best is. They're running right around 2 minutes or so, 2:01 for the first 800 meters of this race. If I'm Miller, who's just a sophomore, I know Nibelink is a sub-4-minute miler. I'm just tucking in behind him. It takes a little extra effort to be a leader in a race like this. It's like cars at Indianapolis or cars at Daytona. It takes a little energy to move the air aside. Air has density, so you're burning an extra 1% of energy if you're the leader in this race. So you tuck into his stream behind you and save energy and mentally just try and gauge, is the pace slowing? Will I have a kick left? How much do I have left? Am I running over my head? You're asking yourself constantly all these questions. But he looks comfortable sitting where he is, and I would stay there until later in the race.
Let's keep in mind, too, the value of team points. Virginia Tech hoping to dethrone Florida State. First place would go a long way, sir.
You know, just guessing here. This is strictly a guess. Nibelink has confidence based on running a sub-4-minute mile just a few weeks ago. He probably feels, I can beat Jack Miller without any problem. I'm just going to run relaxed because I think I can outkick this guy and that I have more speed than he does. So right now in the race, I'll just sit tight. Alex Miley running extremely well for Duke, has moved up and closed the gap down to second place. Look at him right there.
Yeah, Duke making up significant ground.
Coming up to the last 2 laps of this race, 400 meters to go.
No real change in distancing between Nibelink and Miller. We'll see if that changes down to the final 2 laps.
Miley looks comfortable.
He really does.
You know, excuse me, Miley does, but I meant Jack Miller in second place for Pitt. Alonzo Webb has a fine distance medley relay group, the head coach. They'll get the call for the bell lap when they come up here, and it's going to be a sprint finish.
Virginia Tech, Pitt, Duke in a distant third, and it comes down to Nibelink and Miller, a pair of sophomores for the ACC championship.
Look, goes to the arms. Let's see what he's got left down this home stretch for Pitt. Running really well.
Both sophomores digging. Benjamin Nibelink raises his arms. Virginia Tech, your ACC champion. Nibelink keeping the distance with Jack Miller.
Unofficially, 4 minutes 3.6 seconds for Miller and 4 minutes 3.8 seconds for Ben Nibelink. Congratulations to both schools.
Big move, Larry, was this one made by David Whitfield. On the third leg, it was Whitfield who put Virginia Tech out in front.
That's right, and both teams hung tight. I mean, there was like an elastic band around both athletes here. Nobody got within more than 2 strides from each other for the last 6 minutes of the race.